Hello and welcome to Sorare Sunday for the week of 14th of April to the 20th of April. And let's have a look at how we did this week. So there's a brand new look, as you've noticed, to Sorare. They've updated their UI, so I'm still getting used to it. I don't know if I like it more or less. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you like how the changes are to Sorare at the moment. They keep making a lot of them. But as you can see, we had a fairly successful weekend last weekend. $8 cash, 17 essence, and 2,000 XP. I don't really care about the XP. The cash came from our contender team here, this Hibs team. I'm quite liking a Hibs stack. I'm not going to lie. They're doing quite well in the league. So next season, they will be probably in Europe. I'm not sure which level. Maybe Europa, maybe Conference, maybe Champions League, depending on like how different results go and stuff like that. So they're going to be a European team for at least the start of the season. They've got like quite a good team there. As long as this summer they don't get too ripped apart, I'm quite liking Hibs. So that was our $4 from that team. Looking, Lewis Miller getting an assist, Martin Boyle getting an assist, Jack Arundel just doing great, and Jordan Smith keeping a clean sheet. Ironically, their player of the season so far, I think, Triantis, didn't actually do that well compared to everyone else. So he's kind of dropped his performances a little bit. I think he got injured when he went out for international or something like that. So he's been coming back slowly. But yeah, overall, very happy with that team. If Triantis had done a little bit better, we were 78th. We could have gone a fair bit higher, I think. And then the other $4 was in the Challenger League, and it was for our I think it's Nac Breda stack, which I was surprised by because Sidney Van Hooijdonk did not do well. He got 34. But Ballard getting a goal and Vandenberg getting an assist and Clint Lehman's getting an okay score with a captaincy was enough to push us into the $4. So I was more expecting this team to do a lot better, my Utrecht, but it wasn't to be. They didn't even get anything. Overall, I'm just going to quickly... I'm trying not to spend too long on these bits anymore, but just going to scroll through slowly just so you can see the results. We did fairly well in the Premier League, but like obviously the Premier League's got so much competition, we didn't actually get that much for it. Only XP, and then in the we actually did better in the classics. We got 5 essence from this team. So, and I was surprised this team didn't get anything, to be honest. We were close, but 8 Nuri doing really well. I would not be surprised if he moves on this season to a bigger Premier League side. Then La Liga, again, we did all right, apart from these two guys here, but we only got XP. Our Bundesliga, our Freiburg team did fairly well with a 2 essence getting from that. And then our MLS, we didn't do that great with. We're getting scores at least. We've got people who are like playing, but it's kind of hard. I think MLS must do really heavy rotation every season because every time I try and play MLS with Sorare, the players get rotated so heavily. It's insane. So I'm not really sure what the deal is because there's players which you think are regulars and then they get rotated out for like 2-3 games. So it's kind of hard to predict a good team to play, but we'll try our best. It'll be hit and miss with the MLS, I think. And then Champion, we did all right. We got some XP, but other than that, nothing crazy. Challenger, you saw we got the $4, but we also got 10 with this team. Griffin Yao, I think, will be a shout for a really good player for America in the future. And then nothing in the classics. Then Contender, you saw we got the 4 with Hibs. Nothing else in the in-season and nothing else in the classics. And then under 23s, we didn't actually get anything. Usually under 23s is where we do all right, but nothing. Everyone played, just not great scores this week. And then in the specials, we didn't get anything. And we did really poor in the commons. Really poor. Not really poor, just not great. Okay, it was the defender and the midfielder let us down. At least he usually plays really well. for Bayern. He didn't. And I went for a defender that had a really good run of form, and he obviously had a dip of form. So it just wasn't to be. So next up is the midweeks, and it didn't go well. I'm doing this on Friday, so it's still currently live, but well, I say it didn't go well. It went a lot better than I thought it would, but we didn't get anything. So we're 12 points off with this team, which is a lot closer than I thought I was going to be. Harry Maguire absolutely smashing it for Man United. I think he was really villainised like a couple of seasons ago, maybe even last season. And he's been one of their best players this season, I think. He's been consistent. He's been a good player. And he shows up when he needs to. Bruno Fernandes is another one who's been really good for him this season as well. But I just think Maguire, he gets a really harsh rap, and it's a bit unfair on him. He does a really solid job most of the time. Rashford going to Aston Villa and showing that it probably is Man United that was the problem for him. But he is lazy. He tends to have these like bursts of like improvement, and then he'll get lazy again, and then he'll just stop performing. So we'll have to wait and see if this is just a sudden surge, and then he's just going to fall back into old habits. And Tielemans doing pretty well. I watched that game. Like, this week had amazing games to watch. Man United and Aston Villa games were insanely fun to watch, especially for neutrals who didn't really have like a care who won, because it was goals galore. It was back side to side, loads of like possession play and like high pressing and stuff like that. It was really good. Then our contender team, I actually accidentally I tried to trade one of my cards, one of these guys, and the trade was declined, but it cancelled out this team. But we hadn't won anything anyway. The team didn't do well enough to get anything. And then for our kind of conference in Europa and everything, we did all right. Just didn't get anything. And for our classics, I'm a bit annoyed because I chose Urin Timber, and I was kind of, should I, shouldn't I? And I went for it, and I should have gone for another defender, because I think we would have got well, it was just a target we had to reach. And we're 33 off, and if we'd have chose a better defender and potentially a better keeper, but a lot of keepers were letting in goals. I don't think there was many keepers which had a high score this week because of all the goals that were going in. So, but yeah, there was a lot of defenders which did better than Timber out, unfortunately. So that's where we lost out there. But that's how this week went. I'm looking forward to there's a few more better like fixtures coming up, and I think we've got an international break coming up as well, which I've got a lot of cards which should be able to play. So the midweeks should be getting a little bit better for me. But then we're going to get to the end of the season, and it's going to be like a slog. I don't know if I'm going to keep Sorare Sunday going during the break of the season, because I won't have any games to play. So it will be a bit boring, won't it? So we'll have to see how it goes. But let me know in the comments what you think that will happen with that break. If there are games which will be played or something like that, just let me know what your opinions are of what I should do. But at the moment, not 100% sure. But we're going to go on to have a look at the player to watch. Okay, so the player to watch, I have been doing MLS and J League and K League, and I'm a little bit like, that's not the leagues that I know. So I'm just going to do a suggestion for one that maybe next season might be a good player, and that's Christian Klinsen. I think is how you say it, Klinsen. And he is a Ajax player who's been loaned out to Sparta Rotterdam. He's only 21, plays for Iceland. I don't think he plays for the national team. Oh, I lie. He's played for the national team. He played against Kosovo as a sub coming on. So he's already, like, the national team's keeping an eye on him. He's got an assist and a goal and assist for Sparta Rotterdam this season. And he only went on loan halfway through the season since January. So he's doing well for them. And he's definitely just one to watch for the future. He's playing in Eredivisie, and he will hopefully next season be playing more for Ajax. If not, they'll probably loan him out again. And he's super cheap. So, like, you can pick him up from managers for 60 odd pence, or from Sorare directly. I mean, it's going to be a bit pricey. Where is he? 170. So for 60p. You can get him well over like a quid less if you just buy him directly from managers. And he's one who's potentially going to be an international in the future, potentially going to be ripping up the Eredivisie in the future as well. So he's my shout for the player to watch this time. I'm not saying get him now, but he might be one to watch out for when the new season cards are released, because he might be one that goes under the radar and you can pick him up fairly cheap for the new season cards, and he hopefully will be getting some game time. But he is a gamble. I'm not saying he's going to be a certain starter next season. So just one to keep an eye on. And maybe you leave it till halfway through next season to see if he is getting game time. And if he is, then pick him up. That's what I do with some of the players, which I'm not so sure about. But then you do miss half a season of them. But yeah, and usually their card price is a little bit higher. But so yeah, it's just something to think about. That's my player to watch this time. And now we're going to go on to what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And we have got 8 Rivals boxes. We are going to really miss Rivals when it finishes this week. So next week's Sorare Sunday is going to be the final Rivals. I guess we don't really look at Rivals, do we? But it's going to be the final time we've played Rivals. So we'll have the final Rivals boxes. But I do think that there's a new version coming out next week as well, which is similar to the NBA dailies, from what I can tell. They haven't really given away too much, but they're gonna release it next week, they said. So I think we're gonna still have an opportunity to get boxes from that. So hopefully we will still have a reason to do what's in the box, but maybe not. We'll see. This might change how this video series goes. So we're just going to open some Rivals boxes. You will notice we've actually got quite a lot of essence at the moment. So if we get some essence from these boxes, we could be doing a higher tier pull than I was expecting. A lot of people as well, with the essence, are saving it for next season, for when the new season in-season cards come out. And to be honest, I can't be bothered to save up essence that long. I do this series of videos as well, so it makes it more fun to be pulling essence every week. So I'd rather do that than hoard it all to try and get a good pull, which potentially won't, because I'm not sure what Sorare are going to do in terms of allowing you to carry over all that essence. So they said that it's going to be okay recently, I think, but you never know, do you? So I'm just going to go for it. So we didn't get a lot from that. We got a few bits of essence and some arena tickets. But we do have enough for 2 T5 plus pulls. So it's actually kind of perfect for me. I'd rather have 2 T5s than 1 T4, to be fair. So let's do our first one. What are we getting? A Korean player, defender. Oh, that's that Norwegian team, Mutiad, I think it is. 22-year-old Korean player. Looks like he does play. Let's have a quick look at him, and then we'll do the next essence pull. Lee Hanbum, great name. Yeah, FC Midtjylland, I think is. I'm sorry, the pronunciation is definitely wrong. He's come on. Okay, he hasn't come on very often. He has played. No, he hasn't. He's been picked for South Korea, but not played. He sat on the bench. And he played really well against one team there. But he's not one who started. So he's only worth 60p. But he is young, 22. He could be one for the future. Potentially next season, they might be playing him a little bit more. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'll definitely keep hold of him and see if maybe he's one to worth playing next season. I'm not sure. What do they play in? They play in Challenger League. So if he's a decent Challenger defender that gets played regularly, I'm up for it. So not absolutely devastated with that pull. Let's hope we get something a little juicier, though, this time, right? Okay, reveal my card. Oh, a low essence. Georgian. Midfielder. For... I don't even know what that team is. 26-year-old Arabidzi. I recognise that name from... I think he might play for Georgia. I recognise it from the World Cup, I think. He plays for Ulsan Hyundai Hwarang. Is that in the K-League? It is in the K-League. So he plays in K-League. He does sometimes play. And actually, he got 2 goals there. He's not a regular from the looks of it. And I was right. Yeah, he did play. Was that in the... He played against Finland. And he does get picked, maybe just sit on the bench for a lot. But he's 26, so there's a chance that he'll get some more game time. He's not terrible either. I mean, he's one for the future, potentially. He's only 26. He's definitely got some years left in him. He's worth like £1. Ah, it'd have been great if we got the special version. Like the... Because these, I will just say, these came out this week. The Sakura and... I can't remember what these ones are called. But the Tiger versions, they are beautiful. They're my favourite ones that they've done so far. I really like this style. But I wonder if someone will trade me this version if I trade them the other version. Probably not. But yeah, that's I really like these arc styles. They're really cool. But that's those 2 pulls from the football side. But now we're going to jump on and have a look at the NBA side of things. Okay, so with NBA, we're in the play... Okay, we're not in the playoffs yet, I think. We're in the play-ins, and then the playoffs happen either this week or next week. I think. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sorry, I'm still new at basketball and everything. All I know is that less teams are playing, so it's going to be harder for me to put together limited teams, for sure. And harder to get score, because there's less... I can play less... Like the weeklies, I've only got 1 limited team, whereas I had 6 before, I think, and I had 2 commons. So getting down to the crunch time of the NBA seasons. The dailies, we've got a team set up for today's one. Then the 16th, we didn't get anything. We did all right, but we didn't get anything. The 15th, we got a star and 10 limited essence, which is pretty decent. For our championship chase, because usually you get common essence, but we got limited. Then on the Sunday, I don't think we got anything, did we? Yeah, we got tier 4 and some 10 common essence, so nothing great. But hopefully, we've got some games left to play here for the daily, and the weekly, we've got some players left to play. We're only 6 away from the closest reward, so I'm hoping, especially Credit. Man, people moan about how I pronounce names, especially Vit. I'm going to call him Vit. He got a 0, so if he could get a better score here, I would be very happy. I don't think we're going to get anything for the limiteds, but we did get 2 boxes, so we're going to open the 2 boxes. Like football, it's slowing down now, so I'm a little bit like, what do I do? Because when we get to the end of the season, NBA is going to be done for like a little while, isn't it? So I don't really know what to do after that, because I'm definitely not doing MLB. Major League Baseball is not for me. I'm not enjoying it this season. I tried it last season as well and didn't enjoy it, so I guess I'm just not a baseball guy. But yeah, it might just be that we have to close it off for a couple of months, and then when like the in-season stuff comes back in, I start doing Sorare again. But we'll see. Maybe there are games to be played. We'll have to just take it as it comes and see what. Because there will be other league. I think J League and K League will play through the time where there's no like Premier League and things like that. So it could be that there's enough to keep us going. 5 limited. Yes, that means we can do a limited pull on NBA as well. Doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Oh, that 54 is including common. How dare they? We're 4 away. Okay, that's really disappointing. I was so excited to get jumping into that. So we can gain some essence using the dailies. So I've got 3 players set down for steals. If we get all 3, I think it is, we get 5 essence. So there's that. And we do also have 10 essence, which we can earn in a day, in a bit's time, if we get plus 10 assists with any player in a single game, that's not the easiest to do, but it's doable. So that's the NBA stuff. It'll be interesting to see how the playoffs go. This is kind of the first time I've really been properly following the playoffs, like seeing what the scores are, seeing who gets through. So I'm quite excited. I'm getting into it. I don't really have a team that I'm cheering on just yet. I'm just kind of enjoying what's happening. Do you know? Enjoying the games and stuff. But I haven't been able to watch them. I've only watched the highlights after them. So let me know what you think. If you're enjoying the playoffs at the moment, if you've got a team that you're cheering on, certain players that you're cheering on, and what you're going to be doing with So Rare once all like the seasons come to a halt at the end of April and May and stuff like that. But thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and come back next week. And I'll see you when I see you.